Hey guys, Beautiful Clothes Gamers, backtrack to Arrow Season 5, Episode 1 Legacy. So it's very weird to see, to say episode, Season 5 of a TV show, but we've made it to Season 5 of Arrow. We've kind of stumbled along the way here, but we've made it. So, basically to recap last season, and the first 4 seasons in general, you had Oliver kill Damien Dark, which was a pretty big deal. That's got to be his first kill in, God knows how long. He stopped killing. He killed the Count. He didn't really kill anyone else after that. He didn't even kill Slade. And I guess Roz would be the last kill in the season finale there. So he hasn't killed too many people in these last few seasons, after Tommy died. So that was a big deal there, especially that one of the... it's not a highlight, it's a down part of the season was when Laurel was killed by Dark. So it was kind of, revenge for that, and revenge for him also launching a nuke that killed, tens of thousands of people. Dark, played by Neil McDonough, was great. But overall, as a season of Season 4, better than Season 3 for me. Just still not that great. Still Felicity problems, even still Oliver problems, the team's problems. And the thing I've missed the most, I think, from the show, actually 2 things. The flashbacks being good, and the fight choreography, I don't think has been that stellar in the last 2 seasons. I think that's really bothered me. Even more than the Felicity stuff, it's been the fight choreography. I don't really think it's been that good. And that's not a knock on guys like James Bradford and everything else on the show, but it's not what they did in the first 2 seasons where I felt, whether the way it was shot or actually the stunt people or anything else, it's not done in that kind of creative, imaginative way, or a way that even feels real or feels like those characters would do those moves and everything else. That's coming from someone who, I don't have any background in martial arts or anything. It's just someone watching the show. So hopefully that improves here. Other big things, the Team Arrow basically broke up at the end of Season 4. Unfortunately, it wasn't just Oliver like I wanted. It was Oliver and Felicity. Kind of the last line that, you thought I was leaving, not a chance. Kind of was like a little bit of a smack in the face to viewers there. But whatever. I still used to love Felicity, so maybe they could bring her back. They started bringing her back in Season 4, and then she went right back down the tube again. So, we'll have to see going forward here. I just don't want any relationship drama. I want the guy to shoot arrows. That's all I want him to do. Yeah, that's all I want. I want a great story of that, and to have supporting characters, not like Felicity's the main character, or Thea, or anything else. It's just, I want that, I assume we're not going to see Diggle in this episode, because he looks like he was overseas. He was going overseas. Thea will probably be around helping Oliver out with his mayor campaign, which was the other huge thing. That it looks like Oliver is going to be mayor of Star City. So that pretty much recaps any major points going here into Season 5. We also do know that Oliver and that Laurel conversation that she said promised me something, and then they zoomed out of the hospital window. We're going to get that conversation in this episode, so that'll probably be emotional. But without further ado, guys, here we go. Alright, Arrow Season 5. Convince me that you're back. There we go, okay. That looks like some cool fight choreography here early on. Is that Anarchy? Kind of looks like it. All right. All right. Maybe they've heard me on the fight choreography thing. Yeah, that is Anarchy. Alright, so that's cool that he's still kind of a recurring villain in Arrow. If they give him a little bit better material, I'll be happy. There we go, that was badass. Cool. Like a USB Arrow. Damn! What the hell has he been doing? Working out in the off-season? Who's this guy's Wild Dog?
Keep what elevated?
Damn.
I don't want to see you out here again.
Oliver being ruthless here in this opening of Season 5. And I like it. I like it. Can we get back to that, Oliver? Hell yeah, no melodrama.
I also put the applications for deputy mayor on your desk. I'm gonna go drink.
So basically, Thea's running the entire mayor campaign and everything else about it. She's basically the mayor. Ah, and we're in Russia to meet the Bratva. Long overdue. Here in the start of the last year of flashbacks, which is weird. And Oliver has joined an underground fighting group. Those punches not looking too real.
Evelyn Sharp, Mr. Ski Goggles.
Not Evelyn Sharp. Not again.
Then I will handle it.
But he has faith that they'll come back.
Sleep. Both of you.
It's a lot handling this dual life, man, and now it's even worse as mayor. He couldn't do it as Oliver Queen. You really think he's gonna do it as Oliver Queen mayor? Alright, so there's your corrupt police department.
After the cash in the bank.
Literally the worst police department in this entire friggin' CW universe. Even worse than the Central City Police Department.
Robin Hood.
And there's Chad Coleman.
But gang.
Damn. He's a brawler. Tyrese is a brawler. I wouldn't expect anything less.
He said he was in charge. Anybody else want to be in charge? I'll take us.
Alright.
And I guess it's gonna have to be me.
So someone rolled up into town in this
Season premiere of
just
Arrow.
always power vacuum here in Star City. It's just continual. And they came in and tried to take, basically, be the next guy that's going to, take over.
He knows here.
Tobias Church, so that is Chad Coleman. That's our villain.
Nothing good.
It's nice to get back to not the supernatural, to get to a fighter.
On his way.
Alright, so Lance is back in town. The police department looks like shit without him. Lance is drinking. Not great things. He really needs his job back, so, he has something to wake up in the morning to. Oh, be a statue. Oh, that'd be really nice.
I'll turn up an embarrassing memory.
But you gotta go. It's your daughter. Your other one's traveling through time. Oh, we miss you, Laurel.
Adam Hunt. Daniel Blackwell.
There's the book.
Frank Bertinelli, if I were you.
Hey.
I put that back in my bag. Jason Brodor, Leo Mueller. I said, put it back.
Those are all people he hunted in the first season.
This book
Most of them.
intrigues me. You're going to be dead before you are.
You must be
Spoiler alert, he's not gonna die.
1 and 2 seasons.
Just a guess.
Info on our new player.
And you wonder why your approval rating is in the basement?
I don't wonder.
How'd you ditch your security detail?
I used to ditch John Diggle.
It's a great point.
Said, don't fish without bait.
Alright, so he wants the Green Arrow naturally. He's gonna call him out by doing something. Oh, unfortunately it's gonna be at this Black Canary fucking unveiling, isn't it?
Money to honor anyone. Why, we would commission a statue and have a ceremony.
Yes, a statue. Yes.
Surely those resources.
It's gonna get interrupted, but awesome.
Let us always remember
Damn, it's a big statue.
Laurel Lance,
The Black
the
Canary.
Black Canary.
Damn. Nice statue. Could look a little more like Kitty Cassidy, but still, it's the thought that counts. That's what I like. And at least Lance came, so. And now all these people are gonna totally die. Yep, there it is, right on cue. Is he gonna try to kidnap the mayor to get the Green Arrow to come to him? Yeah, that's a little bit awkward. Alright, Thea, maybe you'll start coming back to the fold as Speedy so you can save your brother? I don't know. But cool statue, exactly what I wanted. Could have looked a little more like Kitty Cassidy, but it's a TV budget, so I understand. And yeah, I had a feeling that Tobias Church was going to take Oliver, so they're going to be in for a surprise, kind of like episode 1 of season 1 when he breaks out of that and starts breaking their necks or so, it's going to be one of those situations. That's what he wanted. He wanted to be split off from the rest of the crew so they don't know he's the Green Arrow.
My friend in the head. My изменения авторитет.
Ah, there he is. Been since season 2.
Leave us.
His old sub-Russian friend. I don't remember his name though.
This is going to hurt like Practice you can do your story, got him.
A little bit of awkwardness.
You need to go do something.
Well, that was gonna be my line to you.
A whole bunch of people not doing anything.
If you hit me again, I'm gonna kill you.
You're delusional. You're zip cuffed to that chair.
Ah, he heard that in the first episode. There it is. That's a nice callback to episode 1. I really enjoyed that. Maybe they are really getting back to their roots like they said. But now that this guy knows...
I'm sorry. Nobody can know my secret.
Wow. Talk about direct callbacks to episode 1. And Oliver killing people.
Tired.
Hey, Speedy.
Yeah, me too.
You gotta look like someone saved him. Damn, man. So Oliver back to a little bit of killing when he needs to.
We'll come back for them.
Damn. So Oliver he's just straight up murdering people. This is kind of like, not as shocking, but like I'm watching Batman v Superman and just watching Batman just straight up kill people. It's like, I know Oliver's killed people before, but damn, man, alright. We're just jumping straight into him just murdering fools left and right. Alright, I mean, I'm cool with that. I have literally no qualms about that. More power to you, Oliver.
I don't want anything to do with it.
That was a great conversation. I understand both sides of what Thea and Oliver are saying. Maybe Laura will be alive, but are you willing to cross that line again? Great.
We?
Now, Lance joined the team.
Look, I don't know any Russian proverbs, right? But the point is, we gotta move on. Yeah.
That's it.
I wouldn't thought that was gonna be a bigger fight.
Move on collectively. There we go. All united together. Yes. Oh, we're going to get the scene. I think there's going to be more to that scene than that. But, hey, you're holding up Tiana's promise in the past. Hold up Laurel's promise here in the present of building a new team. As much as I don't really want to see a new team introduced and getting used to 3 new characters, when John and Thea are most likely going to come back at some point, even as just them if they're not the vigilantes. It's the right decision. When you're fighting an army, you need to have an army yourself. I did like the connection there of the flashback and the present kind of working together better. Of him thinking about the Russian proverb and then it actually, being useful in the present. So when the flashbacks are used effectively like that, I do enjoy it.
Associated with a joint action.
Very true. You can't argue with her on that. Cool. A little grappling freaking arrow. I like it. Let's see some new arrows this season. No, man. You never, ever go over the red lines. Didn't they brief you on the bombs?
There's something I can do to stop it.
Alright, so for once, she's powerless in the sense that she can't hack her way out of it. Get out of there, Oliver. Alright, that was pretty good CGI for TV. Oh man, and he hooked onto the helicopter? Not bad. That was not bad. Great moves by Oliver. Now they're fighting in midair. Cool. Oliver, you better have something to grab onto. A parachute arrow? Alright, that is a good idea. Yes, new arrows. That's what I want to see. Cool combat. This man shooting more arrows in this episode than I think he did in half a season in season 4. Yes, this is what I want. Kind of like the anti-vigilante task force back in the day. Hopefully these officers end up helping them out. Join the Bravo. Take down the government. He's having a rough couple days there in Russia, isn't he? Hey, Skyping with John.
So, does that include you listening?
Let's not bring that up, John. We were doing so good. Don't bring that up. That's not Oliver. I'm okay. Good. Move on. Let her move on. It looks like the guy from the police station. Great. Don't let him secretly be evil. Let's just move on. Great. That is awesome. I like that in the rain, the way it came off like that. Very cool. Alright. Ninja Star is the guy that we saw at the end of the Comic-Con trailer. Damn. So isn't this the guy that was just part of the police station? So I guess that's not Felicity's boyfriend. They look very similar.
No, I'm not real.
Yeah, I don't think so. Alright, well that's a depressing ending. Alright guys, so that was my reaction there to Season 5, Episode 1 of Arrow Legacy. So, no, was it the greatest premiere of all time of Arrow or of any CW show or any TV show? No, it was not. However, I thought it was a solid episode. I saw, I'm watching this very late. It's been a long day, and I can't wait to go to bed after this. But I saw an IGN video, I think earlier today or yesterday, whenever it was, right when Arrow premiered. This is Thursday, and that I'm filming this. So this is Wednesday night or whatever. And IGN was like, "Oh, Arrow took huge, step backward in season 5." And now, after watching the episode, I assume they're meeting, because he's going back to killing again. However, I disagree. I actually think, in some ways, that is not a melodrama or anything else. I actually think that's a good step, not even forward. It's just a good step for the show in the sense that now it creates this point of that conversation with, Oliver and Thea summed it up completely in the sense of, hey, this is how it is. If I killed Dark all those times, before he killed Laurel, she would still be alive. And, Thea has the point, too, of, the morality. It's a question that many heroes, have a problem with. So, if I was doing main points for this episode, which I guess I kind of will, that would be my first main point here, would be Oliver killing. I definitely loved it in this episode. He was brutal. He was a brutal SOB. Great callbacks to him in the chair to the first episode. Almost, I think, exactly the same lines. Breaking the guy's neck. No one can know my secret, everything else. Absolutely great. I'm interested to see where he goes going forward. Does he stop killing in episode 3 because, they talk him out of it? Or is this kind of a thing that he consistently does through the season? Or does he bring it back every now and again, kind of like he's done in the last few seasons? I'm cool either way. I would love him to go back to killing. I think in season 1 was my favorite season. So I'm completely comfortable with that. If I was going to, I guess, a second main point here, I guess it's Tobias Church. I guess it's Tobias Church and his kind of gang coming into the city. Him, taking charge of this power vacuum, establishing himself in all the criminal organizations, including the Bertinellis or whatever. So it was nice and cool, and very cool to see a name drop of them. From season 1 and 2. Really, I still hope Helena the Huntress comes back, but I doubt it. But it was cool to see that they're still around. That he's a brutal SOB as well. Tobias, with the brass knuckles, would be just beating the living hell out of people, and just the corrupt, I would say, cops in general in the city. It's definitely worse than ever, I would say, here in Star City. So it was totally understandable that he was able to infiltrate at every level, basically. And not like we haven't seen villains do that before. But I think Chad Coleman, he's going to play a great character. He's also a physical presence on screen, as, anyone who's seen The Walking Dead playing, when he played Tyrese on there. And I think it's nice that Arrow is seemingly getting back to these roots of not magic, not the League with, eternal life. It's that this guy's he's a criminal, he's a crime boss, he's a brawler, but he seems like he's pretty intelligent as well. Not like hacker level intelligent, but he knows how to coordinate men. And I think that's going to be, or I at least hope, because it's only been one episode, but I hope that's going to be a nice foil to Oliver. Something that he hasn't, had in these last couple seasons or so. Yeah, I guess another main point here. I mean, I probably won't even put up a main point here on the screen just because I don't feel like there is. I have a lot of thoughts on this episode in the sense that I think it was great seeing, for the most part, some of those Bratva scenes, not the best choreography where it didn't look like people getting punched in the face. But then you jump back to present day and there was good choreography. I even liked the CGI there. It was pretty good, with the helicopter scene for TV. Seeing unique fights like that is very cool. Seeing unique arrows of like the little, basically USB arrow that, comes out with like the 3 claws there. Seeing, it's seemingly an arrow that just, it's just some kind of electronic arrow, maybe like a USB that could just shut down the bomb. Seeing the parachute arrow. Those are things I want to see. I want to see this, as Blind Wave says, right? I want to see this boy shoot arrows. That's exactly what I'd want. I want to see him. He shot more arrows in this episode. You could probably go back and look at it. He shot more arrows in this episode than he did probably in half a season, 6 straight episodes at one point of Arrow Season 4. I mean, that's what I want. I want to see this. The third thing I guess I would say here, or third main point, if there is any main point here, is checking in with our characters. So we checked in with Thea. She's basically the mayor, which is very funny and not unexpected whatsoever. I do understand why she's out. I felt like hers was the most forced at the end of season 4, but now I'm starting to understand it more, how in the summer I had kind of time to marinate on it more, that she did really get close with Laurel, not only when Oliver was gone with Felicity, but, in those seasons of taking care of her when, Laurel went through her drunk stage and everything else, like, she moved in with her. She was probably there like a year, so it's understandable to be like, oh, she died. Like, that could be me. And not only that, she went through all the bloodlust and everything else. She doesn't want this life. I get it with John. It was nice to see him, a little touchstone there. I didn't really think he was going to be in this episode. So it was nice that, Oliver was Skyping with him. It seems like he's somewhere in Eastern Europe there. And, it was great to see him, and that, hey, he's not coming back right away. And that's what I want to see. I don't want to see like a, there was a great thing a couple weeks ago now, and Stephen Amell's very active on Facebook, and someone commented to him that, listen, I don't want this to be like a How to Train Your Vigilante season, and it's basically all we get is him training these new green rookies who are terrible, like Laura was when she first started, and that's what we're watching. No, I don't want that either. But, Stephen, he came out in a dress and he said, it's not going to be like that. Trust me, we're back to roots of Arrow. It's nothing like that. So hopefully he's truthful in that statement. And, I want to see, great things from this season. Felicity didn't annoy me at all. Possibly, could she have hope once again, maybe of going back to her original character? Would love that. She was funny in some quirky comments. She was a hacker, but it was nice to see that in that one scene she was kind of, depowered, that she can't just hack her way out of everything, which has been a problem these last 2 seasons. And she seemingly has a new love interest, which I thought was the guy at the police station, but apparently if those scenes are just right after each other, it wasn't, because he was getting attacked and maybe killed by whoever that guy was at the end. They looked very similar, though. But great. We don't need to be, I didn't like that John mentioned getting back with Felicity. We don't need that. Let Oliver move on. Let her move on. Let them get different love interests, and that's it. I know that there's an Felicity fan group out there. I know that most likely, as much as I don't want to admit it, it's probably going to be the end game for this show, is the 2 of them together, but I'd really rather it not be. Have them both exist together, have them both be great friends, and just have different lives together. I don't think that's too much to ask. It was cool to see Curtis in this episode as well. It looks like he's going to be part of the team, which we saw in the trailer. But yeah, I guess getting beat up one time can maybe be why he feels helpless. But I guess maybe he felt helpless to the most, for the most part, during the whole dark, almost blowing up the world there. So I want to see more, expanded on his character. We kind of just saw him get beat up and then we forgot about him till the end of the episode. So we'll see what's going forward. It's also apparently that Wild Dog, Evelyn Sharp, these people are active. They're vigilantes in the city, kind of like the beginning of season 2, when Oliver inspired a lot of vigilantes that were going out there now. And so I liked Oliver's brutality when he first met Wild Dog, of not only seemingly doing steroids. I mean, he's just throwing those guys around. He worked out in the TV off season, but just seeing him shoot the guy, Ray Ramirez or whatever, with the arrow kind of reminded me of when he shot Roy way back in the day as well, when he was telling him to stay away from the game. So a lot of little touchstones here in this episode, calling back to original seasons, as well as the Brafa in the flashbacks. Flashbacks were not amazing, but they were good. It was a good starting point. The fighting could have been way better, a lot more realistic in the flashbacks, but Oliver's, continuing this quest of not only keeping a promise to Diana, but of being fearful of going home, that saying he's not ready to take on his father's list, which was cool to see that in this episode, but also that he's just afraid to go home at this point. So yes, I'd rather him all 5 seasons on the island like he should be, and this is the second season that he's off the island, but we knew he was going to Russia. We knew at some point he had to get the Brafa captain star. I assume that it's going to be because our old friend here, Anatoly, is going to die. He's a captain, and I assume he's going to slide into that spot. I don't know if there could be multiple captains. I just have a feeling that's going to happen, and he's going to be taking on the guy that Diana mentioned, not surprisingly there, but he's like a government guy, basically official, and has government troops protecting him. So I don't know how far we're going to be able to step up the game here in the flashbacks, but the Brafa is probably pretty influential. So it'll be interesting to see Oliver go through the trials of the Brafa. If I had a 4th point, I guess it would be the flashbacks and the Brafa here. And overall, guys, I guess that's my thoughts here on episode 1 of season 5 of Arrow Legacy. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. I know kind of my thoughts were kind of all over the place in this episode, but yeah, overall, I thought it was good. Let me know what you thought of the episode down below. Give me your likes, your dislikes of the episode. What did you think about the places that all of our characters are? Oliver, Felicity, John, Thea, even Curtis to an extent. How long do you think it's going to take him to form this vigilante team? It looks like most likely next episode. That's what they're aiming towards. But how long do you think it's going to be until they form the team that they maybe once had, or a shell of that at least? Like, when are these guys going to get good? Are you excited for the new team? Let me know those, any of your thoughts you have on that down below. Also, let me know what you think of Tobias Church and Chad Coleman playing him. Do you like Chad Coleman? Other things besides The Walking Dead you know him from? Do you like that Arrow seemingly getting back to its roots with its villain and its fight choreography and new arrows and all that other stuff there? And any other Easter eggs and thoughts you have on the episode, let me know them down below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, share with your friends if you be so kind, and I'm going to go get some sleep. So until next time, guys, thanks for watching.